Hey, it's the Solutions here, and I have one of my great long-term colleagues, Malcolm Paul, who is the CEO and founder of Ninjas in the Machine, better known as NITM, and they have an amazing program that they want to talk to you about. It's actually a pitch competition for founders, and I'm going to have Malcolm tell us a little bit about himself as well as Ninjas in the Machine.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, thank you for the introduction, and it's been a while. It has been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, thank you for the introduction, and yes, I run Ninjas the Machine, and we are a early stage technology consulting company. So, we work with startups to help them figure out the difficult things, right? So, if you've ever seen a company that rose to prominence in technology, they didn't do it on their own. It wasn't the founder that was coding. It wasn't the founder that was
Definitely.
defining and interviewing. It was the whole team, right? So we're the early stage team that helps you get to market, build your MVP, prove that what you're thinking makes sense, and then helps you, scale to the next level, which is getting to that potentially Series A investment. So we've been doing this for the past 5 or so years. Successfully, we've launched a bunch of different products and companies with our clients, and we're currently, we like this and we want to make it more accessible to people who are either technical or non-technical founders, but they don't have an idea of where to start.
Yeah, and that issue comes up so often, right? Where you have a great idea and it's for this tech startup, but you don't have a background in
Yeah,
tech and you have no idea how to code, you don't know what's
yeah,
really possible, but you're really passionate about bringing this idea to reality, as well as
love it.
you are a subject matter expert, right? I
Hmm.
know there are folks that are nurses, doctors, teachers, and they figure out the best perfect solution, but they're like, I have no idea how to make this a reality, and that's where you all come in. So let's
Yes,
talk a little bit about this pitch night that's happening on August 26th in New York City, as well as virtual participants, both
yes,
pitches
yeah,
as well as attendees can join us.
mhm,
So can you
yes.
talk to us a little bit about what should we expect? What's the goal of this pitch night?
So pretty much the goal is to allow these non-technical founders, these subject matter experts who know that, they know the problem. Either you're working in medical billing and you see a gap and, you brought it to your superiors and they're like, nah, we don't want to do it. But if you bring it
Mhm.
out, it could solve a problem. Or you're working in, education, or you're working in video games or whatever it is, something that you understand where the problems are, and you understand what the solution is. Subject matter experts and people who know what's going on, we're giving them the opportunity to pitch that earliest stage of idea, right? And we're going to help you, put your pitch together. Very simple 3-minute pitch. Get it out there and see, hey, an investor might say, hey, this sticks, I want to work with you on this. Or you might find your technical co-founder who's going to say, hey, I can help you build this. So we'll have investors and a few other people on the call, as well as other founders pitching. And basically the idea of the pitch competition is to give them an opportunity to, talk about this and see who might be interested in helping them or funding them if possible, and helping them get this MVP to market and proving that what they're thinking or saying is right.
Yeah, and for folks that don't know, I know especially if we're targeting and speaking to non-technical founders, MVP stands for minimum viable
Viable
product.
product,
This is
yes.
the very first working version of your idea, right? We have our ideas in our head and then we may get it on pen and paper, but now we need to have some type of app, some type of web page, something that says a wireframe, this is how it's gonna work when we
Hmm.
fully build it out. And so who should apply, right? We heard the term subject matter experts.
Hmm.
What stage should they be in? Should I already have my MVP before I apply? Or can it still just be an idea? What stage should I be applying when I want to be a part of the pitch competition?
Yeah, so for this competition, or this event rather, we're accepting you if you just have an idea. And we will require you to do some research and put together a stellar presentation. You can also have an MVP or already be working towards it. So either one of those are fine. But what we're looking for is a clear understanding of either the problem or value you're providing, as well as the size of the market you're providing. So if you understand those things, you'd be great to be able to pitch to this, and or great to be able to attract the talent you need to make it a reality. So clarity, and then your solution to that problem should, it probably doesn't have to be 100% clear, but at least an understanding of what the solution could be. You can share as much as you want for the presentation. Like I said, we'll work with you to kind of streamline it and get it to the point where it makes sense. But in doing that, whoever looks or hears your pitch should understand, oh wow, this is the solution that they have for this very specific problem. I love this, I want to see this. And ideally, the people who are going to apply, they need a strong technical team behind them, right? You can always do marketing, you can always do sales. Those are things that non-technical founders can do. It's not difficult, but to build technology, you need a specialized group of people who not only know how to develop, but also how to think in terms of component systems beyond just writing code, but also understanding how can we tailor this to make sure that the first version has the best impact on your initial set of clients. So we're looking for people who need that kind of support and can come and explain the problem and solution they have and find the help that they need.
Absolutely. So you kind of started hinting towards what do they gain, right? So I'm just going to recap. So we're looking for subject matter experts that are non-technical founders that have a great idea. They have the idea written down. They've done some research on it, and they're clear with at least the problem and the solution. The nitty-gritty of how it ends up being created in the digital world, in the technical world, that's what Ninjas in the Machine will provide. So we were talking earlier, and you were explaining to me that through winning, there's going to be 3 different winners, and what they gain is about $10,000 worth of support, which includes your curriculum that you've built and proven multiple times with many non-technical founders, as well as 3 months of additional consulting, working directly with the Ninjas in the Machine team of developers, designers to make that MVP a reality, make that product a reality. So can you talk to us a little bit more about that prize that they'll be winning as the 3 selected pitches? When they, all the pitches complete, we'll select the top 3.
Yeah, and to be clear, we're not picking or choosing winners or losers. We're just picking the ones that are clear ready to go, right? And that decision will come from the judges that we'll have in the audience. So really, when you come, if you're pitching at this competition event, you're going to have VCs and investors who are in the audience, as I mentioned before, that you can connect individually. You don't have to come to us. If an investor is interested in you, please have a conversation with them. We do know what it takes, and that we're confident enough to know that you're going to come back to us to speak to that investor. So there'll be investors, there'll be potentially co-founders, there'll be potentially teammates or even mentors that you can find in the audience that will be there. You'll have the opportunity to pitch to them and explain what you're doing. And when we select the top 3, it'll be based on a few criteria we'll make very clear. And you're going to get access to our Idea Reality curriculum, which we use with a lot of founders who come to us. Basically, I just wrote this idea on a bare napkin and it's wet. Can you just make this a product? And we're like, okay, we'll use AI and figure out what you're trying. Nah, we don't do that, but we'll figure it out and help you figure it out. And that's what we do with our founders, is help them understand how to kind of plan and put their technical solution together. And why do we need this? Well, we've seen clients and founders, and we have colleagues who spent 10 years building something, right? And
thousands of dollars on top of that. So not just the time, so it's time, money, energy, blood, sweat, and tears on many occasions as well. Right, because you don't have the right understanding and knowledge, and the program that Ninjas in the Machine is offering is not supposed to turn you into a technical founder. It's supposed to give you the education that you need and the resources that you need as a non-technical founder to be successful with your technical team.
Very well put. I couldn't have put it better myself. You did a great job, and so it's this gets you through the 3 phases that we've identified as the process of getting to market, which is firstly identifying what you want to do and getting the documentation together for your development team. The second phase is building that product. We've done this multiple times with clients. Okay, share us access to your source code. Oh, I got to email this guy. He sent me the zip. So you're building an enterprise product that is in a zip in some email, and you have to get it. Okay, that's a huge red flag, number 1. And the thing about it is that securing that code is actually very simple. It's not a difficult thing, but if you don't have that knowledge or understanding, in addition to a few other key things during the build process, how to work with your devs, how to make sure that you're not being overbearing, micromanaging, or sabotaging the progress of your project, we help you get through that. And then the final phase, which is the let's sell. How do we attract the first set of users to our product? And while it might seem that Instagram could help, there's a really, really detailed hand-holding and white glove process that you have to take care of your first clients, because guess what? they're going to be your first marketing team, right? So we help you get through those 3 phases, and then we through our education, we're going to go through those 3 educational phases with you, and then we also offer around 5 hours per month of consulting, so you can come to the office, sit down with us, have a phone call, go back and forth, review documentation, review processes, bounce ideas off for the first 3. So that's around 15 hours of consulting for each of the top 3 that we select.
Thank you. And where should you be based, right? So I'm interested. I'm a non-technical founder. I'm excited. This sounds great. Do I have to be based in New York to be part of this to be part of this event, or just be part of the program in general?
Not at all. Not at all. We live in the post post job world. I can't. I don't know the phrase.
Post COVID. Post
COVID. There you go. Post COVID world where you can work. I mean, if you're on a beach in the Bahamas and you're running this company, I would love to meet you. If you're making it happen, then that's perfect. You can work from anywhere. The event will be hybrid, so you can be in person. We have a limited number of seats for in person, and then you can be hybrid, watching through our streaming process to make sure everything is good. And if you want to take the course, it's not a problem. You can be anywhere. Our documentation information will be online, so we can walk you through it. We'll have very specific times and dates that you're going to be walking through the course, and with very specific hours dedicated to it. And if you want to meet in person, we can make accommodations for that as well. But yeah, no limitation on having to come into person or having to be virtual. You can be either.
Awesome. And so now, to start closing out the conversation, where can we go to apply? Where is the best place to find the application? Is it long? How many what do we need in order to go and apply and be a part of this event?
Literally, I think 7 or 8 questions that we ask, and we're doing this through a manual process. So we're going to review what you have, make sure you're good to go, and then if we say that you're ready that you're good to go, then you'll go. But it's not a long process, and we'll include the links where you can go apply. And if you just want to attend, there's also an Eventbrite link that you can sign up for, and the tickets are free for now.
All right. Thank you so much for being here with us today, Malcolm. And y'all, this is an amazing opportunity for you to get your idea out there. I know dozens of non-technical founders that have been questioning, am I ready? What should I do next? And this is your opportunity, no charge to you, to show up and get, like I said, $10,000 worth of support. This is the value that they're going to be bringing. And with that, even more opportunities, even more doors will open by tapping into the network that Malcolm and his team have. The audience that's going to be watching you pitch, again, investors, co-founders, other entrepreneurs are going to be there. So get your idea in front of people, as well as have the opportunity to turn your idea into a reality. So thank you so much. And before we jump off, any final words or any words of inspiration for the audience out there, Malcolm?
Yeah, it's the first step is usually the hardest step. And it's the journey it never happens in an instant. It's one step at a time. So that first step of getting over your fears, putting it out there and being open to feedback, that's always a positive.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. And again, the links will be down below, as well as we're going to put it up on the screen so you can see as well to apply and partake in this event. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.